Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. My name is Chris Milma. I'm the Director of Athletics here at Cincinnati Country Day. For 29 years, I say that again, for 29 years, we had a man at the helm of our football program that cannot be topped, dominating the Miami Valley Conference and putting together some of the strongest teams in the history of Cincinnati Country Day. If you were a former player for Coach Dunn, I ask you please now join me on the track. I promise you these men have stories to tell. At this point, I would like to welcome onto the stage alum John Bahl to speak on behalf of his players.
Yeah, John! Good evening, everyone. I'm John Bahl. I graduated Country Day, part of the class of 2006. A little short here. I have a unique experience being coached by Coach Dunn, as I was great friends with the Dunn son, Kevin Dunn. We were both lifers here at Country Day. So even as early as kindergarten, Coach Dunn in their backyard, he would be teaching Kevin and I the basics of football as we would play each other one-on-one, and Tim Dunn would be the all-time quarterback for us. On top of that, he was also our Pee Wee football coach for the Indian Hill team for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. He would coach the varsity practices here, and then after that, he would head over to the Indian Hill fields and coach us there. So on top of that, and 4 years playing football for him and baseball for him, I'm lucky enough to probably coach the most of any player he's coached over his 29 years. Unfortunately, I've definitely been yelled at the most over the 29 years for all the mistakes I made. But obviously, you can look at the record books and see what he's done over the past 29 years to see what a great coach he is. However, from my perspective and all the other former players here can attest to, it's his ability to develop players. It doesn't matter if it's your first day as a freshman or your last day as a senior. Coach Dunn forced us to get better and better on every single drill of every practice, every game, every season. He always demanded more out of us and wanted us to prepare harder than the other team. And looking back at it now, he wasn't just preparing us for that next game. He was really preparing us for that next step in the life that we had. And it was that drill, the constant drive that he instilled in us that made him better than all the other coaches, because he was preparing us for the rest of our lives, always demanding more, always working harder than our opponents, always expecting more, never being complacent with any current success we've had, and always trying to achieve more. So, Coach, you've prepared us. We've won a lot of games here on this field with us. However, you prepared us a lot more than just those games on Friday nights. So, on behalf of all the players and the entire Country Day community, we really appreciate everything you've done over the past 29 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. When we were trying to decide how best to honor Tim Dunn, we knew we wanted to hear from one of his players. And then we started thinking about his colleagues. Who in Cincinnati could possibly, properly respect Coach Dunn and what he's done? And so as we looked at all the high school coaches out there, the college coaches out there, we landed on one name. And that's head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, Marvin Lewis. Marvin's headed to the stage now from the south end zone. And he's going to come say a couple words about Coach Dunn.
Listen, I really appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I have some remarks I wrote down here, but I've gotten to know a little bit about Tim Dunn and his wife Pat through Terrace Park Country Club, and Coach Dunn has not only been an asset to Cincinnati Country Day, but literally to the entire coaching fraternity, which we're very blessed here in the state of Ohio to have great high school football coaches. Webster's Dictionary defines a coach as a person who teaches and trains. Coach Dunn has been a glowing example of that. He's been a tremendous role model. He has shaped the future of countless young people over his 29 seasons. The biggest compliment paid for a coach is when you see the positive and productive outcomes in the future of the young people that he has coached and mentored, which you see over here to my right. You can read you guys all know about his achievements, winning 219 games, 13 Miami Valley championships, 14 times to the state playoffs, 8 undefeated teams, so that's pretty good. I would take those undefeated teams. However, what struck me most is what Athletic Director Chris Milmore said, is you couldn't ask for a better educator, and that he taught generations of student athletes how to think and act with character. And again, as a football coach, as a coach, as a teacher, that's what we are, and it's the ultimate compliment paid to any coach, any educator can be paid. So again, Tim Dunn, congratulations. All right, I guess we better get to work, put these lights on, huh?
No, thank you. Thank you all very much. I got to go get to work on these lights.
I thank all the players for being here. Thank Coach Lewis for being such a great role model for all high school coaches in the area, not only the way he coaches his team, the way he handles himself. I think he really sets a good example for all of us high school coaches. Thank you. Fellas, thanks. Great. We're going to play these guys at the end of the game when they're a little bit tired. Thank you. Thank you.
We get a photo with Marvin and all the former players. Yeah, a photo with Marvin.